Hello everyone, my name is SVP, talking on a KingBee, and today we are going to be doing some battling. I wanted to have some fun with colours, using it as a theme to make up some Pokemon battle teams. Given my history as a lighting technician in the entertainment industry, I have two states, all black and ooh, pretty colours. So you can tell I came up with this idea when I was in the second of those states. Luckily for us, there's this handy dandy list of Pokemon by colour to make it a little easier to pick teams. It classes Pokemon into red, blue, yellow, black, brown, purple, grey, white, and pink. A couple of rules for picking the Pokemon. I cannot use duplicates or multiple Pokemon from the same evolution line. Shiny forms don't count, and legendaries and mythicals are not allowed. Otherwise, if it's in Sword and Shield, anything is fair game. So I'll start off with our first colour team, red. There's a lot of fun choices here, and obviously the primary typing is fire, but I'd like to branch out a bit if we can. Vileplume immediately sticks out as a rare grass type in this category. Crawdaunt has dark and water typing, plus I like it, so I'll give it a shot. Fire Darmanitan reminds me of Jane from my Pokemon X Randomizer Nuzlocke. Turtonator is awesome, and Shelltrap was the bane of my existence in a run recently. Lastly, Tyrantrum and Braviary seem like they'd be fun to use, so that is my team. How do you think we're going to do? Comment down below and let me know. I'd like to hear what you think. With all the choosing out of the way, let's get into the battles. Alrighty, here is our first battle. It's going to be against Dubs. Thank you, Dubs, for coming and fight us. Well, I mean, it's a random person on the Y-Comm, so let's hope it's a good battle. Alrighty. Dubs is going to start out with an Aerodactyl, and I'm going to start out with our Tyrantrum named Garnet. I've named all of them after other different shades of red. I thought that'd be quite thematic. So starting with Garnet, our first thing is going to be Stealth Rock, I reckon. So on our Tyrantrum, we've got an Impish Nature, Head Smash, Stealth Rock, Dragon Tail, and Outrage. I set it up to be more defensive rather than speedy, because Tyrantrum does not have good speed anyway, and I figured it'd be the best starting setup Pokemon. Realistically, we have not a great chance against most things, but Head Smash is good against Aerodactyl, so let's try Head Smash. It's going for Iron Head. I kind of expected that, but I don't think it's going to be too much trouble. Anyway, from our end, we have HP EVs, Defense EVs, and Attack EVs. So we've got 132 health, 124 defense, because we already have pretty massive defenses. I decided to put a lot into the health section, and I put the rest into attack. So it's a defensive attacker. It's a bit of an unusual combination, but I didn't want it to be weak, and I didn't want it to be without some ability to attack back on its own. So with taking out the Aerodactyl, that's actually very good. So we've put up Stealth Rocks, which will break any sashes, any focus sashes, and I'm chucking out... ooh, okay. We got a... I'm not sure which one has that shiny, or do they both have the... Do they both have the same shiny? I have this weird recollection that they're actually a pain in the neck about that. We're going to go for Outrage. We've got the Stealth Rock set, and yeah, Dragon Pulse is probably going to take us out. Yeah, no investment into special defense means that, unfortunately, Tyrantrum's just not going to be able to handle that particularly well. Moving along, let's send out, I reckon our best bet is actually going to be Merlot. We're going to start with Merlot. Merlot is our Crawdaunt, and Crawdaunt has the adaptability, and basically every stab move will do 2 times instead of 1.5 damage. I think we're probably safe to go with Crunch and ignore Swords Dance in this case. Crawdaunt is also holding a Life Orb, so it's adaptability Life Orb, so 1.3, and so changes its stab to 2 times and then 1.3 damage on top of that. And we've got a bit of a mix again. It's a mixed special defense and defensive Pokemon, 152 defense and special defense, and 204 in attack, because it's got a decent attack. And I just wanted it to be able to live, and oh my, that was not what I was expecting. It hasn't proven that it's going to be able to live, to be fair. I'm actually a little upset at how over the course of a couple of battles of just testing out the team, it hasn't really proven to be very strong. My immediate thought was to turn out Rose, but I think Apple. Now, Apple is our Darmanitan, Sheer Force Darmanitan, full investment into speed and attacks, full EVs in those, and a Jolly Nature, so really fitting into that section, and I reckon we're not going to bother with Belly Drum. We're going to go straight for the U-turn and just swap out whatever we swap back into. Ooh, okay. That's interesting. I was kind of hoping to kill it. Ah, I love that they put a smiley face as a Quagsire's name. That Quagsire is absolutely beautiful. Alright, well that works well for me. It gives me a chance to swap into something that should be good against it. We're going to go for Bury our Vileplume. Vileplume, where are you? There you are. Vileplume is an effect spore Vileplume, so, you know, basically it's not really made to take a hit. It is a max HP, max special attack, so it's kind of an attacker, but at the same time I've built it a little weird. It's got Sludge Bomb, Giga Drain, Leech Seed, and Toxic. Its whole fight isn't about survival, it's about doing a little bit of damage here and there, and depending on what it needs to do, we'll hopefully keep it, you know, hopefully it stays alive and we can do a bit of damage. Not 100% sure it's going to work that way. Ooh, wasn't expecting that either. I'm a little annoyed that she's constantly switching, but it does do the job. That is beautiful. Look at that Luxray. Ah, oh, golden shiny Luxray. I love it. I want it. I want it bad. Well, we Giga Drained it anyway, and I think that did a fair amount of damage considering everything, so why don't we go one more time? May as well just Giga Drain it again. I don't see any reason not to. And Ice Fang, that's a fantastic counter for us. One of the reasons we invested so much in health. And Vileplume is actually pretty bulky as it is. It's got a decent amount of defenses, so I didn't want to put too much in all of those stats. Effect Spore is not going to come into effect against Luxray, but that's fine. We knocked it out with a Giga Drain, and we recovered some health, so I'm fairly confident that Vileplume can live. I think we're 2 for 2 if my memory serves. Ooh, the pink Lopunny's pretty. I've never actually seen it in shiny form. Like, I've seen Lopunny, of course, but in shiny form I have not. At this point, I don't know what that Lopunny's gonna be. I'm just gonna go for a Sludge Bomb. Let's just see what Sludge Bomb does for us. We'll see what we can get. Ah, Retaliate, because one of her teammates died. They're gonna knock us out in one go. Right, well that's a bit disappointing, but not unexpected. That's pretty much what I expected to happen at this point in time. Lost some HP, so I'm pretty sure that's because of a life orb of her own. Right, at this point, we do have Turtonator, and I think we're going to go with Turtonator for now. So the Turtonator, Rose, has an Assault Vest, boosting up its defensive stats, Shell Armor, 252 HP, and then 252 Defense. Now, a Lopunny looks like it's a physical attacker, so this should be great. I'm actually going to go for a Shell Trap. Shell Trap is amazing. It's a calm nature too, so again we're focusing very heavily on the defensive. Okay, that's a bit annoying. Shell Trap, Draco Meteor, Flash Cannon, and Overheat are what we're aiming for. I do wish that that hadn't happened and I'd just gone for a Draco attack, or even go for Overheat. Not Overheat. What do I have here? Overheat. Like, but at the same time, Quagsire is going to be. Now, I know I said that I don't like the swap, but I think Current here is going to be a better counter. I feel as if... I don't think it's going to go for it might go for a water move, given that I'm part fire, but if it was going for Earthquake... Yeah, both of us having Stealth Rocks up is a bit of a problem for us. I'm going to use a Hone Claws. We lived Skull pretty well, so I think it's a... I'm gonna have a drink of water, excuse me. But I love water. Yeah, I think we've got a chance I think we've got a pretty good chance for living through another Skull, and we outsped the Quagsire, so one Hone Claws and dual Wing Beat might at least do a decent amount of damage. I feel like we'd live another Skull, so we should be able to get 2 dual Wing Beats off against it. Let's see how we go. That is nowhere near the amount of damage I was hoping it would do. Actually, that's very, very bad. Alright, well, I don't think we're going to live past this turn, but I don't want to... I'm not quite sure exactly how to handle this one. We really need Berry to be doing. She's done really well. As much as I complained about her switching out a lot, she has done very, very well to counter every one of my team in some way. And even if it's not counter, she is taking a look at, you know, what would be neutral. Like, she didn't swap out Quagsire here, for instance. Alright, well, that's a bit disappointing. I wasn't quite sure what item to put on Braviary. You probably noticed it's a sharp beak, and I know that's not a good competitive item, but I wasn't sure what else to put on it. Short of giving, I wasn't expecting long grindy battles a lot of the time, and I just dropped my controller, I apologize. That comes through. Yes, I wasn't expecting long grindy battles, so when I didn't want to give it berries of certain types. Ooh, we lived on 1 health. That's actually a bit surprising. Well, I'll take it, because that gives us another dual wing beat. I'm not going to go any further than that. Maybe I should have gone for a second Hone Claws. Even though we wouldn't have done as much damage on the first one, we might very well have done enough to, you know, more damage in one hit to kind of put it... Yeah, see, this is what I was expecting. This is what I was expecting. So it's a bit grindy, it's a bit frustrating. There's not many... Of what I've got left on the team, there's not much that Quagsire is going to really be able to handle. Sorry, that can really handle Quagsire. We'll give it a go. As always, we just got to give it a go. Now, so much of what these teams do is just, yeah, have a bit of it. I just wanted to have a bit of fun with it. The whole idea is just to see what we can do with, you know, a random assortment of Pokemon that, you know, maybe I wouldn't normally use. So, I'm a bit disappointed that Quagsire is really kind of coming up a lot stronger than I was expecting. And if I had Clone Horsed, what would Horn Closed look like as a move, do you reckon? I know that's Horn Closed. That should be kind of interesting. What kind of Pokemon could be able to close its horns, I wonder? Well, either way, let's see what we can come up with now that Braviary is down. None of what is left can handle this. They're both fire types. We're in a bit of trouble. I think I have to accept that I'm going for an Earthquake with Apple, and I can't get the Belly Drum boost off. None of these Pokemon are the best competitive ones. This is just, all of these battles are going to be for fun. Hopefully I can win one out of all the battles that I do. But really I'm going to do 2 battles per video. If I lose both of them, oh well, so sad for me. If you can, you know, if you think you can do better, and I'm sure you can, please let me know. Let me know in the comments exactly what you would have done instead. Now, Apple, I believe I've talked about what it is. It is really sitting there more about the power and attack. That damage was more than I expected and less than I hoped for. Which is a hard way of saying, why, basically. I'm not convinced we can knock it out without a lot of luck. I'm going to see what I'm going to double check how much damage we do. That's just not much at all. And the Earthquake results. I don't think we're going to be out. I don't think we're going to be able to handle this Quagsire. I think Quagsire has beaten this. I'll see what Turtonator can do. Turtonator, as I believe I mentioned before, it's heavy in physical defense and HP, so it should hopefully survive a bit more. Where's Rose? There's Rose. So Rose, our Turtonator, is it's the last chance, but I'm not expecting miracles, to be honest. I think at this point, and yeah, the Pointed Stones did a lot of damage there. I think we're out, so we only managed to knock out 2 of her Pokemon. Well, Draco Meteor is the only one that's any good. I probably should have Dynamax, but let's see what Draco Meteor does to it. That is a lot more than I thought. That makes sense. Quagsire is more in the physical attack rather than the special attack. But Earthquake doesn't knock us out. We might get to see another one of her Pokemon at least. That I can handle. I think if we can just knock it out, we should outspeed at this point. So if we can knock it out, we might get to see one more of her Pokemon. Not convinced that we're really going to be able to do much more than... we just lost. That's fine. I do like Quagsire. It's very cute. I love that she named it Smiley Face. That's just great. Like the big grin Smiley Face. But I'm a bit surprised that she recovered there. Why didn't you... Like, if I didn't miss... Wouldn't she have been knocked out? Questions for another day. I've lost as it is, but it's been a really good battle. You know, there's a lot that I've got to try out and learn with the team. Realistically, I think that this is, and it could be better. Definitely could have designed the team a little differently. But this isn't about creating the perfect team. I'm doing this fairly quickly, you know, coming up with an idea based on just what I'm seeing and the colours, and trying not to do too much. Dubs, thank you so much. If you ever see the video, thank you so much for the battle. That was good fun. Alrighty, battle number 2. We are up against, I'm afraid I don't know how to pronounce that. I don't know how to read that. It's fortunately not one of the languages that I know, but if you do know what their name is, please let me know, and thank you for the battle. Now, I'm a little concerned by what I saw on their team, and as suspected, they are leading with the Toxapex. So I'm still leading with Garnet out to Antrim. Let's see how we go. I'm pretty sure we'll be able to start pointed stones pretty easily, and I'm not too unhappy with this. I believe Rockhead will be fine. Now, I realise that I didn't Dynamax in the last battle, but I don't think there was ever a good opportunity to do so, to be honest. Neither did our opponent for that matter. Now, this is what I was afraid of, and what I was honestly expecting, was Poison Spikes, obviously with a Toxapex floating in the team. That's what was likely to happen. And one of the Pokemon can learn Rapid Spin, I believe, that I've picked, but I chose not to. I thought about it. I was thinking about it long and hard, but it never ended up eventuating, so I feel a little bit down about that now. I should have made a decision. Skull's giving us a burn is not what I wanted to see. We were probably on par to knock it out with another Rockhead. Don't think we're going to be able to do that now. Head Smash, I apologise, that's the one I'm talking about. And Baleful Bunker kind of sucks. We're going to get poisoned. Well, no, we're not, because we're burned. I was going to say we're going to get poisoned, but we're burned. That's a bit frustrating, but the Black Sludge will give it some more health. If we manage to land 2 hits on it in the next 2 turns, which we won't, but if we do, then, you know what, I'm going to go for an Outrage. Why the hell not? Head Smash is strong, but I feel like using Outrage just for the funs of it. It did less damage. I probably should have just stuck with Rock Smash. That's the Rock Head Smash. My goodness, I can't remember the name of moves right now. But I just felt like changing it up to see what would happen. But Head Smash does actually have more power, and I forgot that in the heat of the moment. Alrighty, Garnet, what can you do for us, my lovely, lovely lady? Continues using Outrage. I don't think, unless we get a crit, which is very unlikely, yeah, I had a feeling that was going to happen. So using Recover, we haven't really got anything that's going to be able to combat Poison. Not specifically. I believe our best bet would actually be Turtonator, because it's got Flash Cannon, but that's not really a good move, as you can probably figure out. Obviously, Vileplume with Giga Drain wouldn't be a bad option, but Poison would resist. It would be neutral, and that's a bit of a problem. So I'm not sure exactly what to do, and any Pokemon we send in is going to be stalled out, and I think that's the biggest problem. I'm almost thinking the best bet we can do is send out Darmanitan and start trying to sweep. However, we're likely to be hit by a Skull, so I don't think that that's a good move either. Normal Flying for Current. I don't think that Current's got a chance though. And yeah, Berry's the other one that I can think of. I just don't think that's going to be... I'm going to do a bit of a switcheroo. Alright, we're going to start with Berry. Let's start with Berry. And what we're going to do with Berry is Leech Seed. And obviously we don't get poisoned because we are a poison type. And as much as I don't want to, I am going to swap out into another Pokemon. Or at least I'm likely to do that. So by putting a Leech Seed out on the a Helpful Bunker, what's this thing that again? Toxapex. Putting out Leech Seed on the Toxapex, hopefully we can start getting... Yeah, no, I really hate that. I hate that Protect can protect from some status moves. I mean, it makes sense, but like there's guards that are only for status moves, and that's one of the ones that I think should... Like, I think it should be the opposite for like Protect and Detect and everything. It should always be they block physical moves, or block, you know, attacking moves. Alright, another layer of Toxic Spikes. That's not what I wanted to see either. 2 layers of Toxic Spikes puts us in a fair bit of danger from their Pokemon. But I think that's the best setup we could have hoped for. So we're going to go for another Pokemon. And I'm not happy about it. I'm not happy about it at all. And I think Merlot is going to be the one to go. It does suck. We'll go for a Swords Dance and a Crunch. And I think that's going to be okay. Cordon is one of those Pokemon that I really love a lot, but so far in playing with it, from, you know, my memory of it is amazing. I used to always, well, not always, but in Generation 3 when it was introduced, I loved having a Cordon on the team. So, but I'm kind of improving that it's not as strong as I remember. It's a bit difficult to work with when you've got a Pokemon that you just know isn't as strong as maybe it should be. It's hard to justify a setup, but I'm going to have to do Sword Dance and Crunch. Now, it's got adaptability. I believe I've mentioned it's got adaptability and Life Orb. Between Sword Dance, adaptability, Life Orb, and Life Orb, Crunch should be pretty powerful. I haven't counted it up, but let's see. I'll tell you what I'm going to count up. So Crunch is 80 base power. Stab will make it 160 base power. 1.3 would be another 60-ish? Bit under 60. Let's call it 60 for the sake of argument. So 160 plus... Wait. Oh, I've miscounted already. 80 base power, 160 base power if it's 2 times. 160 plus 60 plus another 60, so 220 base power. And finally, the actual attack boost out of it nature, it will be pretty strong. So that's about all I know from that, but the base power is 220 basically, even though it's not super effective. And here's hoping that we knock out Toxapex, because really this is going to be a giant pain in our rear, to be blunt. And, you know, we lost some HP hitting it, that's fine, I kind of expected that. We haven't taken too much damage, depending on what she sends out. Mimikyu, okay, this is kind of more what I was expecting. Now, if she does work with Mimikyu, then we're gonna go. So I think Crabhammer is ultimately more powerful, but I can't afford to lose more HP at this point. We'll go for Crunch again, and hopefully she tries to set up with Mimikyu. Or is it a he? I haven't paid attention. Hopefully he tries to set up with Mimikyu. I apologise for that. Who's the girl? I can't tell. From this angle, it's... Oh, okay, just straight for play rough. Looks like a guy. Looks like a male character. Alright, well, our next Pokemon against a Mimikyu, eh? My natural inclination would be anything but what I've got, to be honest. I think we're going to go with Current. And I'm going to go for Dual Wing Beat, because we should be able to break its disguise with the first Wing Beat, and then kill it. Even if we don't kill it, we'll do a lot of damage with the second one. In fact, we won't kill it, I can pretty much guarantee it, but Dual Wing Beat is fun for that. I do appreciate... Unfortunately, it's not enough good multi-hit moves, but I do appreciate a good multi-hit move in a competitive battle for this reason. It breaks down the ability for the opponent to hide behind Sashes, to hide behind Sturdy, to hide behind... things like Mold Breaker and not Mold Breaker, things like Disguise or Ice Head or that kind of thing. I wish I brought in a few more, but the thing is, there's not that many that are great, and that's one of the difficulties. I do wish I'd used Tailwind, but at the same time, I don't think it would have solved anything. Alright, our Pokemon with investment in... Ooh, we survived. I was about to say, when we swap in, I'll do X and Y, but the only thing I have with speed is the Darmanitan, which I probably didn't want to send in right there. So Apple, our Darmanitan was going to be the thing. Alright, I think we're doing pretty well though. Toxapex caused us a number of issues. Funnily enough, this has worked out pretty well, because... Blaziken, eh? Okay, I think we've got a good chance, so... I don't think we can outspeed right now. I'm going to go with the idea that if we can, Tailwind is the best option. Ooh, you're going to do setup, really? I mean, I suppose that is the best move to do. I'm likely to throw in Turtonator against it, and we're going to try to use Draco Meteor against it, I believe, is the best option. Yeah, that's a good setup. Do you have Baton Pass? Are you trying to Baton Pass, or are you trying to murder me? I should outspeed it now to get some damage off. At this point, I think Braviary is... Really? I mean, half of his team would be set up to stall a little bit because of Toxic Spikes. So every one of them would have... I think he is trying to do Baton Pass. I'm just hoping to get a bit of damage off. I'm not hoping to do much more than get a bit of damage. We are 2 Pokemon apiece at the moment. Like, ooh, okay. Is that even with Tailwind, eh? I'm actually a bit surprised at that. I thought Tailwind let us move first regardless. But maybe not. Alright. Okay, I don't know. The best option... Apple knows Earthquake, though. Apple is max speed, max attack, but Blaziken would outspeed at this point. I think our best bet is Rose. Hopefully we can tank with physical defenses. It used Blaze Kick, so I know it's a physical, and it used Sword Stance, so I know it's a physical attacker. The poison is a bit disappointing, but what can you do? Let's try for Draco Meteor. You know what I should have done? I should have Dynamaxed. Really? Okay. I'm curious as to why you're doing that. Because that's now 3 Sword Stance? Probably can sweep my team now, and that's why you're doing that. Let's see. More than I thought. I really don't like using that because of exactly that reason, what you just saw. Man, Tailwind did nothing against the speed boost Blaziken. Well, let's give this... I think we just have to give it another go. I think we're going to get knocked out. That's... Reversal. Not what I was expecting from a move from Blaziken. I hope we knock it out. I lost a lot of special attack, and we're going to go down to poison, but I hope we knock it out. Perfect. All of that set up. Not wasted, but we're 3 Pokemon apiece. Alright. I've got no idea what else he has. I don't think we've really seen what else he has at the moment. And it's 2 to 4. Sorry, not 3 apiece. It's 2 to 4. 3 to 4. Berry and Apple. I'm going to try Apple. And depending on what he sends out is going to dictate what I have to try. Okay. I think that's Thunderous. It looks like the lightning one. The blue one was lightning, and I'm pretty sure. Alright, well. This wasn't what I was hoping for. I don't believe that... I'm going to try. I'm going to Belly Drum and Flare Blitz, and let's see how we go. And that might be all I can get out of Apple out Darmanitan. Nasty Plot is fine. That was... I mean, it's not good that we were outsped. To be fair, Darmanitan is not a competitive level stats. Doesn't have competitive level stats. So we're not really looking for high speed. It would have been nice to have something like... I'm starting to rethink my moveset on Darmanitan, and actually this should work. So Belly Drum, Dynamax, Max Flare. And it would have been nice to have like a Choice Scarf on to outspeed, but it doesn't really matter because it would be negated by Dynamax. The Citrus Berry is still probably the best move. It keeps us alive a little bit longer when we Dynamax, assuming they didn't attack. It's not the best move. This is not a waste of a Dynamax, but it isn't the best Dynamax we could have gone for. I think we can live that, and we can't. Well, that was bad. That was bad. That was really bad. Well, electricity is resisted by grass, but I don't think we're going to have a lot of luck against a Thunderous, unfortunately. And none of these moves are effective against it, so let's just do our best. There's no investments in defense. I mean, I think there's 4 points in defense. That was where I put my secondary, not secondary, like my last 4 EVs. Did it avoid it? No, let's just Sludge Bomb then. I don't think there's much more I can do. We're gonna die as it is, so let's just take the death like a good person. And unfortunately, that has been the battle. I think these were both 2 pretty good battles. At least there were certainly good parts in them. I really enjoyed trying to figure out how to beat that Toxapex. Thank you, whoever you are, for the battle. Appreciate it very much. Alrighty. Well, unfortunately, that wasn't the best battling I've ever had, but I did enjoy playing around with that team, and I hope you enjoyed seeing how it performed. Next up is going to be the blue team, and I think we're going to be spoiled for choice with this one. So, please leave a like on the video, comment on how you think it went, and subscribe if you enjoyed the content. Thank you so much for watching. My name is SVP, talking on a KingBee, and until next time, I'm buzzing off. Ciao for now.